Mr. Trump's phone call with Brad Raffensperger is the latest effort by the sitting president to reverse the result of the 2020 election. Joe Biden won Georgia by just under 12,000 votes. During the hour-long phone call, Trump repeatedly argued that Raffensperger could change the certified results.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. The people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Ahead of the release of the audio, Trump tweeted saying that Raffensperger was unwilling or unable to answer questions such as the ballots under the table scam, ballot destruction, out-of-state voters, dead voters, and more. The tape comes as 12 Republicans in the Senate say they plan to challenge the congressional certification of President-elect Joe Biden's election win on January 6th. Vice President Mike Pence, who will preside over the proceedings in the Senate, has welcomed the move, but it will not alter the outcome, and Biden's victory will be ratified by Congress.
Our reporter Colin Campbell joins me with the very latest from Washington, D.C. Colin, good morning to you. Is this the most explosive audio recordings we've heard since Watergate?
Good morning, Oliver. Well, that is a very good question. And of course, that answer would most likely be yes. Of course, this is coming from the executive branch caught on a recording trying to coerce or to cajole or to persuade the Secretary of State of Georgia to, quote, find votes. What does that exactly mean? Well, of course, there are a number of iterations and ways that could be interpreted, but the main thing is that the president is still trying to overturn what was already certified and what has already gone through several stages of recounts and lawsuits to try to change the results of the 2020 elections. Now, Beltway insiders are saying this is really a bombshell at the beginning of 2021 when many people were hoping that a lot of the chaos would be left behind in 2020. Well, not in the Trump administration. He still has another 16 days to go before he is not president anymore, and it is expected that he will keep us on our toes until that time.
Colin, President Trump is due in Georgia later for a rally all ahead of the state's Senate runoff elections, which are going to be taking place. How will this latest twist affect that vote?
Well, of course, a lot of people have already mailed in their ballots or have submitted them without waiting in line. And those who are expected to show up at the polls are expected to already be pretty much in the tank for President Trump and for the Trump administration and the Republicans that the administration supports, which would be Loeffler and Perdue, obviously. And so there isn't expected to be a lot of swaying from those voters who are already devoted to voting for Republicans in the Georgia election cycle. But what could happen is this could push some of the reluctant voters who were thinking of not participating at all to the polls on that day to say, listen, we have to rebuke what is happening in the White House, what is happening from Republicans. As we know, Perdue didn't even show up for his debate. We do have Loeffler, who did show up for her debate and had some very strong words for her rival Warnock. But at the same time, there are expected to be a record number of people participating in the Georgia election cycle, but it's very unclear and pretty unlikely that this recent bombshell will really sway the results of what people intended to vote in the first place.